History of Donald Trump. Donald Trump's journey from a real estate developer to the 45th President of the United States is a story of ambition, resilience, and a relentless drive to win. It begins with his upbringing, shaped by the influence of his father, Fred Trump, a successful real estate developer in New York. Fred Trump's business acumen and ruthless approach to life left a lasting impression on Donald, who would later adopt many of his father's principles. Fred's advice to his son was simple yet profound: work hard, don't be weak, and be a killer. Donald took these words to heart, internalizing the idea that winning was everything, no matter the cost. Growing up in Queens, New York, Donald Trump was no stranger to privilege. His family lived in a 23-room house, and they were driven to school by a chauffeur. However, Fred Trump's success did not shield Donald from the harsh realities of life. From an early age, Donald displayed a competitive and sometimes aggressive nature. He bullied his classmates and even his younger brother, Freddie, who struggled to live up to their father's expectations. Donald's behavior eventually led to his enrollment in a military boarding school where he thrived in the disciplined environment. He excelled in sports, was named captain of his team, and even earned the title of Ladies' Man in his yearbook. This period of his life taught him the importance of discipline, a trait he would later credit for his success in business and politics. After graduating from the University of Pennsylvania's Wharton School of Business in 1968, Donald Trump joined his father's company, Trump Management. His early years in the business were far from glamorous. He and his father worked tirelessly to turn around struggling housing projects, learning valuable lessons about hard work and perseverance. Despite his privileged background, Donald understood that success was not handed to him. He had to earn it. After a 3-year apprenticeship, Donald was named president of the company, marking the beginning of his rise in the real estate world. One of Donald's first major moves as president was to rebrand the company. He felt that Trump Management sounded outdated and lacked the glamour he wanted to associate with his brand. He renamed it the Trump Organization, a decision that signaled his ambition to create a larger-than-life persona. This rebranding was an early step in the evolution of Donald Trump from a real estate developer to a cultural icon. In the 1970s, Donald Trump set his sights on Manhattan, the epicenter of wealth and power. He moved into an apartment on the Upper East Side and began frequenting elite nightclubs, often accompanied by beautiful women. While it may have seemed like a life of leisure, Trump was always working. He was marketing his most valuable asset, himself. His charisma and larger-than-life personality made him a magnet for attention, and he quickly became a fixture in New York's social scene. Trump's first major breakthrough in Manhattan came when he acquired the Commodore Hotel, a rundown property near Grand Central Terminal. With the help of his father's political connections, Trump secured tax breaks from the city and partnered with the Hyatt Corporation to transform the Commodore into the Grand Hyatt. The hotel's grand opening in 1980 was a triumph, solidifying Trump's reputation as a rising star in the real estate world. However, Trump knew that one successful project wasn't enough to silence his critics, who often dismissed him as a product of his father's wealth and connections. He was determined to prove them wrong. Trump's next target was the West Side Rail Yards, a massive, undeveloped tract of land along the Hudson River. He envisioned building a sprawling complex of apartments, shopping centers, and entertainment venues, which he called Television City. The project was ambitious, but it faced fierce opposition from local residents and politicians, including New York City Mayor Ed Koch. Despite his best efforts, Trump was unable to secure the necessary approvals and tax breaks, and the project ultimately fell through. It was a bitter disappointment, but Trump refused to give up. He vowed to come back stronger and more determined than ever. In the meantime, Trump's personal life was also making headlines. In 1977, he married Ivana Zelnichkova, a Czech model and former competitive skier. The couple had 3 children together: Donald Jr., Ivanka, and Eric. Ivana played a significant role in Trump's business ventures, managing some of his properties and helping to shape the Trump brand. However, their marriage was not without its challenges. In the late 1980s, Trump began an affair with Marla Maples, an aspiring actress. The affair became tabloid fodder, and Trump's marriage to Ivana eventually ended in a highly publicized divorce in 1991. The 1980s were a golden era for Donald Trump. He became a national celebrity, bridging the worlds of finance, entertainment, and politics. His name was synonymous with success, and he reveled in the attention. He appeared on talk shows, graced the covers of magazines, and even ventured into the casino business, opening Trump Plaza in Atlantic City. His book, The Art of the Deal, published in 1987, became a bestseller and further cemented his status as a business icon. In the book, Trump shared his strategies for success, emphasizing the importance of negotiation, branding, and self-promotion. It was a masterclass in Trump's approach to business and life. However, the 1990s brought a series of setbacks that threatened to derail Trump's career. The U.S. economy entered a recession, and Trump's heavily leveraged businesses began to struggle. His casinos in Atlantic City filed for bankruptcy, and he was forced to sell off assets, including his yacht and airline. At one point, Trump was more than $3 billion in debt. Critics gleefully predicted his downfall, but Trump refused to admit defeat. He negotiated with his creditors, restructured his debts, and slowly began to rebuild his empire. One of the most significant moments of Trump's comeback was the sale of the West Side Rail Yard's development rights to a consortium of Hong Kong businessmen. The deal not only saved Trump from financial ruin, but also marked the beginning of his resurgence. He rebranded himself as a comeback king, releasing a book titled The Art of the Comeback in 1997. The book chronicled his struggles and triumphs, reinforcing the narrative that Trump was a fighter who always bounced back stronger. Trump's personal life also underwent a transformation during this period. In 1993, he married Marla Maples, and the couple had a daughter, Tiffany. However, their marriage was short-lived, and they divorced in 1999. That same year, Trump met Melania Nos, a Slovenian model who would become his third wife. Melania's poise and elegance complemented Trump's brash personality, and the couple quickly became a fixture in New York's social scene. As Trump rebuilt his business empire, he also began to explore new opportunities in entertainment. In 2004, he became the host of The Apprentice, a reality TV show where contestants competed for a job in one of Trump's companies. The show was a massive success, and Trump's catchphrase, "You're fired," became a cultural phenomenon. The Apprentice not only revitalized Trump's public image, but also introduced him to a new generation of Americans. It was a reminder that Trump was more than just a real estate developer. He was a brand. Trump's foray into entertainment coincided with a growing interest in politics. He had long been a vocal critic of U.S. foreign policy, particularly trade deals that he believed disadvantaged American workers. In 2011, he flirted with the idea of running for president as a Republican, but he ultimately decided against it. However, the experience left him with a taste for politics, and he continued to position himself as a political commentator and provocateur. In 2015, Trump announced his candidacy for the Republican presidential nomination. His campaign was unlike anything the political world had ever seen. He eschewed traditional campaign tactics, relying instead on his instincts and his ability to dominate the news cycle. He tapped into a deep well of frustration among American voters, particularly those who felt left behind by globalization and the political establishment. Trump's message was simple: he would make America great again. Despite facing fierce opposition from within his own party, Trump emerged as the Republican nominee in 2016. His campaign was marked by controversy, from his inflammatory remarks about immigrants to the release of the infamous Access Hollywood tape. Yet, Trump's supporters remained fiercely loyal, drawn to his outsider status and his promise to shake up the system. On November 8, 2016, Trump defied the odds and defeated Democratic nominee Hillary Clinton to become the 45th President of the United States. His victory was a seismic event in American politics, signaling a dramatic shift in the country's political landscape. Trump's presidency was marked by unprecedented polarization as he pursued an agenda that delighted his supporters and outraged his critics. Throughout his career, Donald Trump has been a polarizing figure, admired by some and reviled by others. His journey from a real estate developer to the leader of the free world is a testament to his resilience, ambition, and unyielding belief in himself. Whether you love him or hate him, there's no denying that Donald Trump has left an indelible mark on American history.